Hi, I'm Dennis Weiss for Eagle Communications. Welcome to our town. We're in a different town today. We're in Chapman, Kansas, and we have a fellow who's going to bring a lot of fun and a lot of excitement about March 20th or something like that.
Yeah.
BransonInChapman, Todd Bradshaw. Welcome.
Yay. Hey, pleasure to be here.
Yeah, tell us what you're going to do and why you came.
Well, I tell you, it's going to be a lot of fun. The first reason I came, growing up in northern Missouri and then in Branson, I heard of this epic story, okay, about this guy in Chapman, Kansas. And I was here to see if it's a myth or if it's true.
Well, we can probably help you with that.
It's true.
Yeah, well.
You, Dennis Weiss,
yes,
are the tall man that's both a sprint car driver
yes,
and a jockey.
That's right. And my knees stick way up when I'm sitting in that car, about even with my ears.
Yeah.
Yes. So anyway, but the real, I thought that was going to be a Roger story, honestly.
That was a Roger story.
I thought maybe it was. So anyway, but here we are. We are in the Kansas Racing Museum. They have a wonderful studio here to shoot in today. But when you come back in March, we're going to be down the road at the high school auditorium. Fantastic place.
It sure is. I just went and saw it.
So we'll be hosted by USD 473 people, and it's going to be a ton of fun. So, you know, I know Roger and Doug's ideas are never ending.
Right.
They always are finding a new way of adding value to the community. And I think bringing somebody in to add excitement as spring gets kicked off here in Chapman, Kansas, is going to be a lot of fun.
It's going to be a blast.
Tell us what you do on stage.
Well, through the years, I've done all kinds of different things on stage as far as, you know, Conway Twitty, Elvis Presley. But right now, I'm at the Legends in Concert Theater, actually the Dick Clark American Bandstand Theater, performing as Kenny Chesney.
Yeah.
So that hence the Kenny Chesney get up here.
Okay, Doug and Roger said we're going to call this Branson-in-Chapman.
That's right.
They're not real complicated guys. I don't know if you figured that out. For a couple of lawyers, they're not real complicated. Branson-in-Chapman.
Yeah.
We're going to bring what people drive down there to see up here and watch it at home.
You know, it just makes a lot of sense. You know, when they contacted me, you know, we've got a, Fort Riley not too far away. Branson's very strong in the veterans and the military. And, you know, gosh, this is our target demographic here where you guys are.
Exactly.
So why not bring a show to Chapman?
I think it's a great idea. We're so happy to be a part of it. I deal with the school all the time. We provide services to the school, and our community does this all the time. But this is new.
Yeah.
This is something, it's not like we don't do music or we don't do live theater. We have Great Plains Theater over in Abilene. They do a lot of live performance, including here last year. But we've never done this. We've never reached out into established professional performers in another area and simply jacked that act up and brought it here for the people. That's unique.
I tell you what, I think it's going to be the first of many to come.
That'd be
wonderful. I look forward to that.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
All right, so how long you been doing this?
I've been singing professionally in Branson since 1999, so about 15, 16 years.
Okay.
I tried to figure out how many shows I've done, and it's probably in the 8,000 to 9,000 range.
Very cool.
A lot of shows.
I've only been there once. Went down last year for the very first time and had a great time. I just couldn't believe how much I enjoyed it. Of course, we happened to go down in the nicest July weather that ever existed in Branson last year. It was cool.
Yeah.
It was just wonderful.
That is amazing.
Yeah, it was great, but the shows all seem to have a certain character to me. Not only are the performances good, but there is a theme, and when people say family friendly, that's what they mean.
Absolutely.
It really is, and they never end without reaching out to the veterans in the crowd, and that's just very cool.
It's one thing I love about it.
Yeah.
Sure is.
Yeah, okay. So as we look forward to March, and you went down and saw the stage a while ago, I think, didn't you?
Wow, what a theater.
Isn't that something?
You know, I came up with my dad, and, you know, we looked at backstage, the main theater. I think it's as good or better than any theater in Branson. Size-wise, I mean, sound, lighting, it's going to be fantastic. I'm so looking forward to it.
It really is. We'll give credit where credit is due. Lacey Sell is at Chapman, superintendent. And, you know, we've worked with her on several things, and it's always, sure, I'll listen to your ideas. And anything that can help my school, help my patrons, help us be successful as a community, they've been willing to try. And that is, that's a credit to them, to say, you know, you may not have known this before you came, but that whole school was wiped out by a tornado.
I did know that, actually.
Okay. So, and it's all new, but they're not keeping it to themselves. They'll be sharing it with a wide community, and
Fantastic.
by putting people like you on the stage, there's going to be 700 people in the seats having a lot of fun.
Oh, I hope we have overflow. It's going to be so much fun.
Yeah, 2 nights.
Yes.
You just did the voiceovers, 20th and 21st, right?
March 20th, 21st,
Friday and
Chapman.
Saturday night.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Okay. We're going to have, there'll be some scroll here to tell people how to get tickets, and we're doing lots of advertising on our cross channel so people know you're coming and what we're going to do. Now I'm going to dig a little deeper. Okay. Okay. Why do you sing, and why do you enjoy it? What do you get out of it as a person?
You know, I think it's really important when you have a God-given ability to acknowledge that that's where it's from and to use it to bring joy to people. So that's why I do it. You know, it's not for personal fulfillment of myself. I love entertaining people, seeing smiles on people's faces, and I just love getting down there and in the show, singing to people, entertaining them, and then, you know, creating a relationship with them after the show as well.
That's cool.
Yep.
You know, we're sitting here in the racing museum, and we were walking around and looking at old pictures, and Roger's the best tour guide in the world because he's in most of them, or he was right behind them or right in front of them or something. But it's interesting as you go through life, you meet people with different talents, and that God gave us all different gifts to use. I always look at people and say, did you use your gift?
Right.
So I guess I can relate to what you're saying. I certainly have appreciated that Doug and Roger put their gifts on display every day, and that is the willingness to take risk is a gift.
Sure.
A risk says, I'll try something new if it'll help my community. You know, we're sitting just to the west of a brand new grocery store right back over there. That's a risky operation, to build a grocery store in a small town, Kansas, but it's good for the community. So the community gets a chance to respond and go buy groceries and not have to drive 15 miles in either direction. And I appreciate that about the Thompson brothers. Bringing you to town, that's not so much a risk. I'll bet you're pretty good. What do you think?
That's right.
Well, as we look forward to doing that, I think, you know, as these program runs out there, we have a wide viewing audience, and I'm always surprised who comes up to me and says, I saw you on TV. Sometimes it's a little old lady, and sometimes it's a teenage kid, and everybody in between. But I know that one thing that we've consistently done at Eagle is we put things in front of this camera that we think will help our communities grow. That's why we started this show, and that's why we do it. It's to say, hey, let's all get in and go. Let's work on making our community better. You can make a community better with music.
Absolutely.
Yeah, a lot of fun. So as we wrap it up, I think we will make certain that we'll invite people to come to Chapman, Kansas. And see your show. It'll be 2 nights, and we hope to fill the place up both nights.
Yeah, thank you so much. Appreciate you having me up.
You're very welcome.
Hi, I'm Todd Bradshaw. I perform at the Dick Clark American Bandstand Theater in Branson, Missouri as Kenny Chesney. On Friday night, March 20th, and Saturday night, March 21st, we will bring Branson to Chapman, Kansas. Also appearing will be Conway Twitty, Elvis, and more. You can reserve your seat by contacting the number on the screen for tickets. Don't wait, because when these tickets are gone, they're gone.
Hi, Dennis Weiss, back with OurTown, but I got a couple new victims in front of the camera.
Are you talking now?
Yes. Yes, anytime you're ready to participate, the camera is on.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, this is the reason that they're on the tail end. I just got to tell you right now, because they're just nothing but trouble, these two. Doug and Roger Thompson, welcome.
Well, thanks. We don't often get that when we're on a show.
Yeah,
but
there
thanks.
you go. There you go.
No, usually you run us off before we get started.
Well, we may do it again.
Last time we were on, you fell asleep.
No, I needed a nap.
Why don't you tell the audience what you really said when you got ready for us? I need some filler.
Yeah,
see if I can get those two to come out.
Can you give 10 minutes? So we've burned 1.5 minutes and you haven't said anything yet.
I'm going to start talking about the septic tank. I'm standing on the lid.
What we have to talk about is Branson and Chapman and why it's here.
Well, I'll take off from there.
All right.
We've had a unique opportunity to bring Branson to Chapman, and you may remember we have some condos in the Branson area. Roger and my sister have been down there quite a bit, made really good connections with some named performers, some excellent people, and we're looking forward to bringing Branson to Chapman and bringing Todd Bradshaw and others in, coming up here on March 20th and March 21st at the Chapman High School auditorium. And Todd was just in town today and toured the auditorium. Absolutely beautiful facility. And he was very impressed with it, and we're impressed with him. Really looking forward to a really, really good concert.
Yeah, but that didn't answer my question.
Well, I'll answer your question.
Why are you doing it?
I met Todd about 4 years ago when he was doing a show at the Grand Jubilee. And he came out and sang a song that just absolutely, it was a mountain too high. I'll never forget it. But he had that audience. It was just a deep breath that they all took when they heard him sing that song. And what an incredible entertainer. After the show, I had an opportunity to talk to him, and every time we went to Branson, we visited. He remembered my name, unlike you. And we talk about a lot of things about Branson, and I considered him my friend. And when Doug and I started talking about BransonInChapman, and you, when we came up with a game plan, and believe it or not, when we're not on TV like this, we plan things, we work at it, we try to make sure everything runs as smoothly as possible, and we only act like fools when we get in front of the camera with you.
Well,
you, Dennis.
Especially Doug, he's a good planner, because before he sent you to Branson, I remember him telling me, that's why I put that name tag around his neck with his name and his return to address on it in Chapman.
But in any event, when we contacted Todd, there was just a yes, we can do it. I look forward to it, and we'll work around my schedule to come up here and look at the facility and visit with you guys, and we'll plan a show. And that's exactly how it happened. This is a positive kid, and I know where he gets it from because I visited with his dad for about 2 hours today. And when he walks in here and he's got his Marine Corps hat on,
there you go.
He's a guy that gets things done. I'm very impressed with the both of them. And many of the audiences, Dennis, that are in Branson come from this area. So this is an opportunity that people like Todd Bradshaw and other entertainers from the Strip in Branson have said, this is a good outreach program for us to come out into central Kansas, where a lot of the folks come from, because sometimes it's easier for us to take the show to them than everybody try to work their way to Branson. And man, we appreciate that opportunity because we're hopeful that there will be a BransonInChapman 2, 3, 4, and that all of those entertainers that are on the Strip will have the opportunity to come out, perform in central Kansas area, be a part of public television, be on the Eagle communication system.
We talk to city managers and other economic development people all the time about their city, and the one thing they all ask for, if we could only get more people to come here, see who we are, what we do, the quality of our town, our community, that we could grow. You're going to bring some people from outside town to BransonInChapman, I do believe.
Well, I hope so. And just like when Todd Bradshaw and his dad, Jim, got here today, we were telling them a little bit about what's in the community. Told them about, of course, the Chapman area and the tornado. We also talked about the Eisenhower Center over in Abilene. Talked about the fact that as he drove through Fort Riley, that's the location that Custer was stationed at when he left on his, what wound up June 25th of 1876 at the Battle of Little Bighorn.
That didn't go very well.
Didn't go well for him. No, that one didn't work so well for him. But there's a lot of history in this area, and so we're delighted to be able to bring people into the area. That's part of the goal.
So, Roger, you're the talent scout. That's what I'm getting out of this.
Yes, I am.
I hadn't worried about it until I just thought about this.
I never thought about that, but yeah, I guess I am the talent scout. What does that mean?
I'm not really sure, but it does worry me.
Okay. I wasn't worried about it, but now that Dennis mentions it, he is right. You are the talent scout.
But I did just film with the guy, and I heard him do about 50 voiceovers, and boy, does he have a good voice. Yeah. I think he can get it done. That's what I think.
Well, I just appreciate the new title.
Yes, talent scout. Are you going to be using that daily?
Right behind my name.
Yep. Okay. All right. Okay, well, Doug, as we get ready to leave here out of the interview, we're standing in the Racing Museum. The new grocery store is right behind us, and we're talking about Branson in Chapman.
Mm-hmm.
Does your wife have a plan to hit you with a broom the next time you have an idea?
I don't know if it would be a broom, something larger perhaps, because she has said, this is it, but she tells me that every time. No more.
Yeah.
This is it.
Yeah.
But then we always go to something else, and I think she's excited about the next projects, and we go.
I'm sure she is.
I'm so impressed, Dennis. I think you have a new title. It's tour guide.
Tour guide.
You've been hanging around here for 15 years, and you now know where we are
Yes.
and that there's a grocery store
There-
next door.
That's right. But, you know, I haven't noticed it there 15 years ago. I just noticed it just recently
I
myself.
understand. Okay.
Okay. All right. So, okay, Doug and Roger Thompson, either the guys who create opportunity in Chapman or the guys who create chaos, depending on which way you want to view it. But it's always fun.
It's fun.
It's
It is
always
fun.
fun.
Thank you,
know,
Dennis.
I think of the Hillbilly Hotspot that you put on at the Great Plains Theater in Abilene. That was just a wonderful show, full of people, and everybody had a great time.
It was fun.
Yeah. So thanks for coming in today. Thanks for letting us use your set and your lights. We enjoyed it. We're looking forward to Branson in Chapman, and we will be there with the bells on.
Great.
Great. We'll
Thank
do
you.
it.
All right. Have a great day.